Sam from the Outlook Riding Academy, and I'm here today to show you how to tack up your horse. Now, what's tack? Tack is actually a word from tackle. Tackle meant anything to do with directing your horse or riding your horse. So come over with me and see what I use on my horse to teach the people at the Riding Academy in an English style saddle. So remember, when we're doing anything with our horse, stay on your feet so that you can move quickly and think about safety at all times. So when I go to tack my horse up, I have everything out and organised so that we don't have to run off and leave him tied up for too long. My horse is already caught, he's in a halter, and he's tied to the fence with a quick release knot. I've unrugged him and I've groomed him thoroughly and attended to his feet, and so he's at the point where I need to start adding the tack. I'm going to be adding the saddle cloth and a saddle and then a bridle before I lead out. Where the saddle sits on the horse is quite important, and it needs to be behind the shoulder of the horse, or the scapula. I actually have a system where I find the scapula and then I mark it out on the horse, and then I find the last rib and I come up from the last rib and I mark that out, and that's actually the thoracic number 18. So between those two markers, your saddle needs to sit. The part that you sit in needs to be level. If it's not level, then that's where you might need to add a saddle pad to rise the front of the saddle or lift the back of the saddle. The strap here I've placed through the D-ring to seriously hold the saddle cloth into the correct position. It can't slip underneath the saddle. And I've also put the girth straps through keepers, again, to keep the saddle cloth in position. So this is the saddle cloth I'll use on Rusty, and I'm only going to be using the keeper for the girth. So I know where to place it on him now because we've already marked out where the saddle needs to go. I'm going to put the saddle cloth high up on his wither because in a minute when I put the saddle on, it's all going to slide back. Okay, so now I'm actually going to do up the girth. So first of all, I'm going to put the straps through the keeper. Now this is an English saddle, so it's got two girth straps. This design of a dressage saddle also has an extra strap, and it's just for the flap. The strap's in the right place. I'm going to go around the other side and drop the girth down. I have the girth sitting tucked up into the stirrup just to keep it out of the way as I handle the saddle. So I'm going to drop it down gently. If you're wondering where the girth should sit on your horse, it should sit one hand space behind the shoulder. I'm happy enough with how everything is for now with a reasonably firm girth. I'm going to leave the stirrups rolled up and I'm going to put the bridle on. Then I'll come back to these two areas. Okay, I'm going to thread the reins over. So I've got him securely. So I'm going to put my right hand over the front of his face, and it's also going to hold the noseband, and my left hand is going to guide the bit into his mouth. So my right hand will just pull up, and I'm putting the noseband under the bridle, throat lash, and I'm going to do it up so that I've got 3 fingers of spacing. I'm going to check that I can get 1 finger under, that the forelock is out. Up here on the very top of his head, the bridle should be sitting where I've cut the hair and there's a bridle path. The noseband that I'm going to do up, also called a cavesson, just needs to be firm. I'd like to get 1 or 2 finger spaces in there. It's great if we can get all these buckles somewhere in the vicinity of his eye. Brow band up where the split is. I need to make sure this noseband is firstly straight and even, and then I can get 2 fingers under his cheekbone. So here's his cheekbone, and I can get 2 fingers under there. The bit should sit comfortably in the horse's mouth, so you can have up to 3 wrinkles. I can sort of see 1 if not 2 wrinkles just here on the side of. I'm at the point where I need to tighten the girth because I'm close to hopping on, and drop the stirrup. So you do want to fit 4 fingers under your girth. So if this horse was rather girthy and tried to bite me each time I did the girth, this is what I would do as a little trick. I would put the reins over and I would pull on the offside so that he he can be a little annoyed, but he can't come towards me as I do the girth up. Now I need to drop the stirrups down, and they're already pre-measured to my length, but just to remind people to measure from your finger to under your arm. Now I'm set and ready to have a ride. I know the girth is firm, the saddle's in its correct spot, and the stirrups are at the length that I want. When you come back in from your ride, you're just going to do everything I've shown you in reverse. Stirrups up, girth undone, everything will go back onto the fence. As your bridle comes off, the halter goes on, and then you can give your horse another brush down. Well, I hope you've learnt a few tips and tricks here, and I look forward to having you with us for a new video that'll be out very soon. So don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the bell, and cheerio from me. I'll go and have a ride.